Hello, and thank you for joining to today's video. Today's video is about teams or groups. I've decided to talk about teams, about groups, because this is what influences performance of the organization and also performance of team members. Why? In previous videos, I was talking a lot about individual performance, and I was also unpacking individual performance formula. If you haven't watched those videos, I invite you to watch them on YouTube channel or on my blog, depending on where you are watching this video now and where it is more convenient for you. Just to remind, individual performance of every person in the organization depends on three factors or consists of three components. The first one is ability to do the job. Ability to do the job includes skills to do the job and also personality traits. The second component is motivation to do the job. And there are several videos on motivation because it is a very complex topic. And the third component is job environment. In previous video, I was speaking about business culture as a part of job environment, and groups and group dynamics is also what is included in job environment. So if something is wrong with the team, something doesn't function in a proper way in the team, it means that not only performance of the company will suffer because team will not bring necessary results, but also individual performance of team members may suffer, either of all team members or only of separate ones. Why it is so important to talk about the teams? Because when we speak about the performance of the team, it's not only the total of each individual performance, of the performance of each team member, but it's a total, of course, but it's also something more, because when the team is properly organized and is properly functioning, then each team member adds to the team in addition to his or her performance in, for example, goal setting, in decision making, in providing ideas, and it all adds to the team performance. Many business owners and also authors recognized and have been talking about the importance of teams, that teams is basically what is very important for the performance of the organization. For example, Henry Ford told that if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. And the main point here is together. Everyone is moving together. So what is about the teams? How it can be, or what the team should look like to be a successful team. The successful team is the team that is cohesive, so that team members in the team interact with each other freely and they have these interactions. Cohesive team may mean that team members may be homogeneous or team members may be heterogeneous. Homogeneous team members are the team members that are of similar age, background, experience, interests, and heterogeneous teams are the teams where the team members are of different age, different background, different experience. And when you are setting your team or when you are looking for people in your team, you should also think about this, what kind of team you are going to build, heterogeneous or homogeneous. Everything depends on your goals, on the goals of the organization of the team. Because sometimes heterogeneous teams may be very productive because they ensure exchange of knowledge, exchange of expertise, exchange of experience. In some cases, homogeneous teams are more productive and are more beneficial for the organization. So everything depends. And when thinking about your team or reorganization of your team, you need to think about what kind of team you need to have, heterogeneous or homogeneous. But in any case, Either in case of heterogeneous or in case of homogeneous team, the best team is the team where the team members are cohesive, when there is cohesiveness in the team. So what are the best teams? What are the winning teams and what are the high performing teams? These are teams where you have safety, where you have trust, where you have loyalty, and where you have support. Which means that every team member, the most important here is that every team member feels safe, feels support, that he or she can get support, and he or she knows that he or she can give support to others. When every team member understands that he or she is trusted and that he or she can trust, and that every team member understands that there is loyalty in the team. What about safety? It means that every team member, and we are speaking about every, not about certain team members, several, a few, but every team member knows and is not afraid to speak up, to provide ideas, to give suggestions, to provide feedback, positive and negative, to provide counter arguments. So the team member feels safe. Feeling safe means that this person knows that he or she will not be criticized in unconstructive way, that this team member will not be made fun of or bullied for providing some maybe stupid ideas. This is about safety, when the person feels that he or she can be open and that he or she will not receive negativity as a result of being open. The same refers to trust. So people feel that they can speak up and they feel trust towards the leader, towards other team members, and towards the organization. Unfortunately, some leaders think that the best teams and actually the good teams are where there is competition inside the team. One of examples is a practice when in some restaurants or in some hotels, it was a practice before to choose the employee of the week or employee of the month. And in this way, competition was created. And it was justified that healthy competition is always good. But here the issue is that by creating this competition, even the healthy one, basically you create environment when team members act against each other. They want to be better than their team members. And then they are not focused on achieving team goals or organization's goals, but they are focused on being better than others. So this is actually not a healthy practice within the team, as most CEOs, famous CEOs of big international companies and also business authors, they all speak about the team where each team member is taking care about other team members. And this is what I mentioned in the quote by Henry Ford. It's about going forward together, not playing against each other, but going forward together, helping each other, supporting each other, and in this way success will take care of itself. Because then the team cannot do anything else than to achieve the success. It's natural in this way. So it's very important not to facilitate competition in the team, but it's very important to create and maintain this helping and supporting environment. This is the task of the manager, of the team manager, of the team leader, because the task of the team leader is not only to work with every team member, to set goals together, to provide feedback, but it's also about managing the interactions within the team members, within the team, between the team members. Basically, not managing, but facilitating them in order the team to be high performing team. And this is the task of the manager, to see if the team is highly performing, is the way the team is set up and the dynamics which is in the team is good for organization or no. I suggest you a small exercise if you would like to think about your team. If your team is highly performing, is your team beneficial for the organization? Think about the team as a team of football players, or even better, as an orchestra. Is your team like an orchestra? Because orchestra is where there are very many musical instruments, and they are so aligned, they are so synchronized with each other, that performance of every musical instrument, which is excellent by itself, adds to the total performance, and then it's a magic, the performance of the orchestra. Then this is something unbelievable, something incredible. And think about your team in these terms. Is your team like an orchestra? If yes, then I'm very happy for you, because you've managed to have this team and to maintain this team. If not, then think, what doesn't allow your team to be the orchestra? Try to think yourself first, where the potential problems may be, where the potential issues may be. Maybe there are some conflicts within the team, within certain team members. It's also not healthy. If you know that there are some conflicts, or maybe envy or informal competition, it's on you as a team leader to manage this, and try to manage this in the way that there is no competition, there is no envy in your team, there are no conflicts in your team. Of course, healthy conflicts are good when you have decision-making sessions, or when you have some final stage of brainstorming sessions, when you discuss different ideas, not provide but discuss ideas, because in brainstorming session there is no place for critic, and so then you may have opposing ideas, and a little bit conflict is healthy, but it's not healthy when it's continuous and it's outside the certain sessions, so it exists all the time. So it's up to you as a manager to manage this. If you have difficulty in thinking about your team as an orchestra, and you don't know where the potential issues are, I suggest you two ways how you can see where the problems are. The first option is you may conduct a brainstorming session with your team members. It may be actual brainstorming session that you need, or you may just set up a brainstorming meeting just to figure out where the problems in the team are. And of course, you choose the topic for the brainstorming session, and you do the brainstorming. Please, when you do the brainstorming, this is very crucial, very important, and where many managers or moderators of brainstorming sessions make mistakes. When you have brainstorming session, it means that people provide their ideas without criticizing these ideas, without giving opinions about these ideas, without giving feedback about these ideas, just a storm of ideas. This is the name, brainstorming. You just give ideas, all the ideas you have, you write them down on flip chart, or if it's online meeting, you write them on online board. But the point is that you gather ideas without any comments regarding these ideas. And then first, what you will see during this brainstorming session, if you don't have crazy ideas, if you don't have some unbelievable ideas, then it may mean that either your team members are not creative. In most cases this is not the case, or it may be the case that people are afraid to share their ideas, crazy ideas, because they're afraid of being criticized or being judged, that they're stupid or that they are not good or whatever. So this is the first red flag for you. If there are no crazy ideas in brainstorming session, then people are afraid to provide these ideas because they may be afraid of critic. Or this may mean that there are stronger people in your team and there are weaker people in your team. And weaker people in your team have already learned not to take and make efforts because they fully rely on stronger team members, so that they do not try to be creative. They do not want to make efforts because they know that someone else will do. It's also not very good dynamic in the team. So this is one more red flag for you. And then after you gather the ideas, after the brainstorming session, you may go to the next stage when people may share their opinions about these ideas. Very often, even the craziest idea may lead to a very interesting idea and a very acting idea if people give opinions about this idea, so that you can adjust this idea in a way that is suitable for your team, for your organization. And then when people share their opinions, you will also see what is going on. In this stage, when people share their opinions, I'm asking you not only to listen to the words, what people say, but also to listen and to see behind the words, how people say, how they interact. Because sometimes people may say very nice words, but there is a passive aggression behind these words, or there is envy behind these words, or there is some hidden superiority thoughts behind these words. So be very attentive during this stage, and you will also see what is happening in your team, and you may see quite a few red flags also here if something is wrong with your team. So this is the first option, how you may see what is going on with your team. And the second option is to have individual conversations with your team members, where you can directly, honestly and openly ask your team members about what they think about the team, what is their opinion about the team, do they feel safe in the team, do they feel that they can get support in the team, and do they feel trust, and do they feel trusted. And you may explain that you want to make the team better, you want to increase performance of the team. You can explain why you have this conversation, and then people will be open. You are open to them, you are honest with them, and people will be open and honest with you, and they will share their opinions, their concerns, and this will help you understand what is going on in the team and respond in a proper way. One more option how to build a team is the team building. Actually, I told you that I will offer you two options, and I already told about these two options. This is brainstorming session, real or fake, and individual conversations with the team members. And actually one more option is the team building. But please be careful. Not everything that we call a team building is actually team building. If you go with your team to bowling, then you spend nice time, you have fun time with your team, but it's not a team building. Team building is basically a tool how to make team stronger, how you make connections within the team stronger, and how you make the team highly performing. And not every activity which you do with all your team members is the team building. Team buildings, when you want to achieve results, they are organized by experts in this area, so that they organize these team buildings and they set these team buildings in the way that they really bring results in terms of cohesiveness of the team, in terms of increasing team performance. So if you have some issues with your team and you would like to do the team building, you may find an expert in this area and organize the team building with this person, for this person also to be the moderator of the team building. If you are interested in cooperation with me, either in terms of team building, or if you are interested in developing leadership and managerial skills, either on individual basis or for the line managers of your teams, please feel free to contact me, and I will be glad to respond to you, to discuss the situation with you, to analyze it with you, and to find the best solution for you. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next video.